Hey people, I don't know if you can hear the echo in here, but, well, I'll show you. I'm back in our Santa Fe house because I'm up here getting it ready for some new people to move in. And this is sort of what it looks like. Probably giving you a very wonky camera view because I can't see what I'm doing. But there's nothing here. That is my point. And I've been up here all day kind of just like getting, I don't know, doing everything you do when you're getting a house ready for renters. And there's always one more thing to do. You're never actually done. That's what I'm learning. I'm learning the lessons, my early landlord lessons. All of a sudden, a house that was perfectly fine yesterday when I lived in it, all of a sudden today has a million questions and needs and demands. Getting used to it. But something really interesting came through today because I've been up here. I basically came up Monday. What's today? Wednesday. I came up yesterday and spent the whole day, and I'm going to stay over again tonight. I'm spending one more night so that I can get some more work started here tomorrow morning. And what showed up, which was really, I guess unexpected, not entirely unexpected, but certainly it caught my attention, was the fact that I've been missing our home in Albuquerque. Been missing, obviously, Katie and Annalise, but even just being away for a day like this, it'll end up being, almost 2 days, but I had this feeling of, not missing, but I definitely felt the gravitational pull of our new home and our new life. And that's interesting. And I think it's a good sign. It's the kind of thing where I sort of sense that even though our house is completely not moved into yet, every room is in boxes, not a single painting's on the wall, everything's leaning up against walls and cabinets and shelves, and even though it literally looks like the movers just left, it still feels like a home to me after a very short time. I just get a great vibe from the place, and I don't know how to say it. I feel homey there. I feel cozy there. And that's just very welcome, and it feels like a very positive thing. I even had my masterclass, my masterclass on Tuesday with Madeline, which I think I might have mentioned in another post, but she was having me sit. So I was sitting at the piano, and the first thing she said was, because I have a tendency to, and I'm aware of this now more than ever, to lean in and almost like hunch over as I play. And this is something, funny enough, it's so great that I'm working with Madeline because she's speaking a language that I also speak. But she's giving me a really clear reflection of my own habits and tendencies from my own, from outside of myself. And B, she's truly a, concert piano master. She really has a level of just sensitivity to exactly what's happening physically that is really remarkable and really inspiring to be in contact with. So I'm getting this amazing reflection. The first thing she said when first thing she said when I was finished playing was, okay, I want you to start over. Sit like a king. Sit at the piano like a king and just feel your power in the room, feel your power in your body, feel your power in relationship to the instrument. And then don't give that up when you start playing. And it was really interesting because, first of all, when I did that, oh my God. And something about being in the new house, in this new room where the piano has room to breathe. You can hear in this room, there was a grand piano in here making sound. It was pinging left and right. It was all just kind of like all the sound was bouncing back on itself so strongly. And in this new house, it really feels like whoa, the sound is allowed to go. The sound is allowed to be here. And I felt a permission to make the sound. Like I felt a permission to be powerful and to not compromise my structure. It reminded me of something that my Qigong teacher used to say. You know, again, Qigong is all about, especially when you get into the martial arts Qigongs, and that's where really a lot of my teachers' sort of passion was. But when you're doing that kind of Qigong, giving up your structure, he calls it giving up your structure, compromising your structure, it happens on such a subtle level. And what I noticed is every time I do that, it's like a little physical, psychological apology. It's a little like, I'm not, well, maybe I shouldn't be so powerful. Maybe I should, and there's this weird, it becomes so normal. Our physical behavior just becomes habituated that way. And then that's how we feel when we're at the piano. That's not, so we do all this work about like, well, how can I work on my performance anxiety? Or how can I work on my, stage fright? How can I work on the psychological component of this performance or of this art? But if we're not looking at those tiny, tiny little micro body changes that constitute the difference between being fully just grounded and willing to be as powerful as we are, completely, openly, with vulnerability, with sensitivity, with all of the life and all of the awareness and the kind of connectedness that allows. If we're not doing that, and we're not noticing that those little tiny shifts are actually close. It's like all the little parts of our body that are channeling that can tune into those vibrations are just shutting down little by little. There's almost no way to work on stage fright or performance anxiety because any psychological thing that we try to do to tell ourselves to not be afraid or to not be nervous or to, it's like it's not even intersecting with the deep level on which this stuff is manifesting in our physical body. So that's, for all these reasons, I super appreciate working with Madeline, and I have this just sense of like, I can see how I would play pieces that I've always wanted to play but never been able to play. I can see how I can genuinely do that. If I can put the time in and I can do the work, it feels totally possible for me to do that. Whereas there was I would say up until really recently, I would have kind of known that I could do that. There's a part of me that knows that that's possible, but it doesn't feel, it wouldn't have felt possible. But now it feels possible. Now it's like, I get it. Here's how my body can do that. Here's how I can embrace that and actually, yes, do that. I know I can do that on a physical level. And it's not just physical, it's emotional, it's spiritual. It's really like my right to play this music, my right to share. I mean, maybe right is the wrong word, but maybe not. It's really my, here I am with something to say, sit like a king. It was so great. It was so great. And I'm so appreciative of Madeline and of everybody who's on that call and just kind of like, watching us work and really kind of sending us good energy. It's so cool. And I'm super excited to be able to put in some hours at the piano like that, yeah, hopefully that'll happen when all of my household duties in Santa Fe and Albuquerque are done, which, well, Let me not speculate. Who knows? But yeah, that's where I am today, people. Really, it's really fun to feel like I'm settling into a new life. You know, like I'm settling into a new space that's a mirror of this new energy, new relationship to the world. Sit like a king. I think that's my mantra now. Thanks for listening. Love you all. Much appreciate you. Yeah, thanks so much for being in my life. I'll see you soon.